A young man was getting ready to graduate from college, and for many months he had admired a beautiful sports car in a dealer's showroom, and knowing his father could well afford it, he told him that that was all he wanted. Now, as graduation day approached, the young man awaited signs that his father had purchased the car. Finally, on the morning of his graduation, his father called him to his room. His father told him how proud he was to have such a fine son and told him how much he loved him. He now handed his son a beautifully wrapped gift box. Curious and somewhat disappointed, the young man opened the box and found a lovely leather-bound Bible with the young man's name embossed in gold. Angry, he raised his voice to his father and said, "With all your money, you have given me a Bible," and stormed out of the house. Now many years passed and the young man was very successful in business but was still filled with bitterness towards his father. He now had a beautiful home and a wonderful family but realized his father was very old and thought perhaps he should go and visit him. But before he could make arrangements, he received a telegram telling him that his father had passed away and willed all of his possessions to his son. Now he needed to come home immediately and take care of the things. Now when he arrived at the father's house, sudden sadness and regret filled his heart. He began to search through his father's important papers and saw the still gift-wrapped Bible just as he had left it years ago. With tears, he opened the Bible and began to turn the pages. Now, as he turned the pages, a car key dropped from the back of the Bible. It had a tag with the dealer's name, the same dealer who had the sports car he had desired. And on the tag was the date of his graduation and the words, "Paid in full." Friends, this story is fictional, but the truth is an accurate illustration of our lives when we focus on desires. By seeking his selfish goals, the son lost more than the car. He lost a loving relationship with his father. The story also provides an insight on how many times do we miss opportunities and happiness because they are not packaged as well as we expected. It portrays the need to position oneself to receive rather than resist. Opportunity can be missed if you are broadcasting when you should be tuning in. It is said that when opportunity knocks, some people object to the interruption. But the biggest takeaway from this story lies in the fact that negative emotion can act as self-sabotage and affect our performance and happiness. Now, in this story I narrated, envy, greed, and sense of entitlement sowed the seeds of expectation in the young man's heart, while anger, bitterness, resentment, and grudge bloomed on being nurtured and taken care of. Now, a sense of entitlement brings with it an uncompromising attitude. It creates a mindset that what is yours is mine and what's mine is my own. These are the people who believe life owes them something, a reward, a measure of success, a particular standard of living. Feeling of self-entitlement sets the stage for the experience of other negative emotions such as anger, bitterness, and resentment. Anger falls one letter short of the word danger. People constantly blowing fuses are generally left in the dark. The truth is that anger is a normal, healthy reaction when our needs aren't met, when our boundaries are violated, or when our trust is broken. Now, it's a powerful energy that requires expression and sometimes action to correct the wrong. Anger is our friend, but holding it inside, it becomes our enemy. And anger can contribute to our ill health and chronic illness. That is why Mark Twain rightly said, "Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured." Now, left to fester, that righteous anger eventually matures into a corrosive ulcer that is commonly called as bitterness. That's why it's probably true to say, it's not what you eat that kills you, but what eats you that kills you. If we repeatedly ruminate over how we have been victimized, we will end up becoming victims, not so much of anyone else, but of ourselves. Now, when the feeling of anger and bitterness becomes too overwhelming, they can contribute to our resentment. And now, when this happens, trust and love in a relationship are broken, and sometimes they are never repaired. Now, resentment is essentially keeps you bound to and locked in the past, and as such stops you from moving forward, thereby effectively sabotaging your potential as well as your opportunities in both the present and the future. I recall the words of Nelson Mandela, who summed it up best when he said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemy." Nelson Mandela quite pretty much answers how serious resentment can be for you. It may start as a small annoyance, but resentment could develop into an avalanche that could destroy a relationship. The small offenses may build up to a bigger problems, and before you know it, you are constantly fighting. Friends, we need to keep a check on our negative emotions. Left to their own devices, these certain emotions are like a speeding train without a conductor. I have met far too many people drowning in this emotional weight, from young boys and girls in their 20s in college who are still angry at their father, mother, or sibling, to men and women in their late 50s, upset and humiliated by a family feud or a cold war with a neighbor or workplace injustice. It's perfectly natural to bear grudges of all sizes. It might feel right to hold on to your sense of being wronged, but you may end up with more than your share of suffering. Remember, the world will put countless obstacles in your path, but none will be as big as the ones you create for yourself. One of the most expensive luxuries you can possess is to be unforgiving towards someone. The heaviest load you can possibly carry is a pack of deep-seated grudges. They are ready to derail every goal you have set for yourself, whether the goal is financial success, a healthy mind and body, losing weight, quitting drinking, or having a happy relationship. While you believe that you are holding the person down, you are actually straining yourself under its weight, while the other guy who has wronged you is out there producing. So, if you want to travel far and fast, then travel light. Unpack all your envy, unforgiveness, grudges, and revenge. Never reject the opportunity to forgive. The weak can never forgive, because forgiveness is a characteristic of the strong. Now be the first to forgive. Forgiveness can be your deepest need and the highest achievement. Without forgiveness, life is governed by endless cycle of resentment and retaliation. Friends, life is too short. Grudges are a waste of perfect happiness. Laugh when you can, apologize when you should, and let go of what you can't change.